Enel has become a very large and international company in the last 4 or 5 years, making basically big acquisition abroad. We can find new market of export for our Italian activities. Basically, the electricity sector is a world in which we have to stay local in different countries. So we are multi-local or multinational, but it's difficult for us to be considered as a global company, because also synergies between countries and between the single activities is not absolutely easy. So after our downsizing strategy imposed by the regulators, so by the Italian politics in the second part of the 90s, was devoted to diversification. So we entered into the so-called public multi-utility sector. So we entered into telecommunication, waste management, and other things. The strategy was not correct, so then we refocused on energy and gas, and now we have found our route basically in the last 3-4 years, and we have made a series of acquisitions. The most important of which is, as you may know, Endesa. Endesa is the Spanish Enel, is a very large company. With a lot of presence also in Latin America. So our company, at the end of 2007, beginning 2008, together with another acquisition we have made at the same time in Russia, became a real non-Italian company, I would say. Today, after the 2009, the results, the final results of 2009 will be published next week in London, but I can anticipate that more or less 65% of our activities are not in Italy. We are present in 23 different countries with real assets, and in other 7 or 8 countries with trading activities or non-asset related activities. So we are really big, 16 billion euros in EBITDA, 85,000 people. In 10 years from the IPO in 1999, but only in the last 3 years we have changed the form, the substance, and the image of an old monopolistic and domestic company really linked to the Italian territory. How has this been possible? Of course, acquisition help a lot because you can move forward very quickly and very fast. But then I would say that acquiring companies abroad or also in Italy, I wouldn't say that it is easy, but it's less difficult than managing these companies after you have acquired them. So now we are facing the problem of exploiting the values coming out from this acquisition and to show our shareholders that the money we have put into these acquisitions have been properly addressed. So now this is the objective. We have to consolidate, we have to extract values, we have to exploit the talent, we have to cross-fertilize the competencies in Italy and abroad. I have the main mission to handle all the non-Italian, of course, on the international side, and non-Spanish or Latin America. So the other part of the world goes from France to Russia, going down Slovakia, Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, and the Balkan area. This is more or less my domain. 1.5 billion EBITDA, 17,000 people, and a lot of investments to be made on the existing power plants and power activities. So no further acquisition are foreseen for the time being, also because we have some financial constraints in order to digest the two main acquisitions. Coming to the main subject of today and the utilization for us of this kind of activities, this kind of masters in order to have talent coming from Italy and also from outside, I have to say a few things that are very specific to our situation. First of all, I have to make the 17,000 people more Enel. All the foreigners that we have acquired, we have only 60 or 70 Italian people seconded in our activities. So we are really taking force from the local management we have both with the company itself. So those companies have to be quote-unquote analyzed to a certain extent, not only for the language, but for process, procedures, systems, policies, and all that stuff. And this is of a certain difficulty because the culture of this company, being as Enel was in the past, very local and very little international, have to make, and we have to make an effort in order to export or to adapt our world to the international activities we have both. And this is the first objective we have. How can we do that? Of course, as I said, the first point is to export and to adapt our policies and our standards, our procedures and our processes to the international realities we have both. But we don't have to forget that we have also to make more international the Italian culture, because otherwise we will Italianize and not Enelize the foreign company. And this is much more difficult. I'm making always a joke in saying that we have the headquarters here close to Via Regina Margherita. We have to make the Italian management of Via Regina Margherita learn in English, because they are not speaking English, saying that they are not acquainted to having become an international company. So these are the two main objectives I have. And it is very important for us to find people who are interested in this kind of activities, because we are mobilizing as much as we can people from Italy to the countries and back from the countries to Italy in order to shorten this new culture evolution. Only through a common language, a common culture, which cannot be only the numbers or the financial language, because of course that's the Esperanto for everyone, but we really need to make these people changing. And of course, if we can have either in Italy people with international backgrounds, or in those countries, people coming from the local university, the local masters, the local institutions, willing to come to Italy to learn the Italian and the energy and the Enel culture, for us it would be very, very good. So I think that I have to appreciate very much this initiative. I didn't know anything about that. I've been advised only Friday afternoon, so I was not prepared really to give a speech to you about this. But frankly speaking, it is very important for us to have the opportunity to take people from a pool of junior talent who are going to, I hope, for the university here, utilize these courses and have them with us for stages or for other experience in the future. I think that Enel has a lot of financial powers, of course, but we still miss some of the international culture. So more than welcome all these kind of initiatives to bring new blood, new international blood, new flexibility, new culture, new spirit of sharing practices and experience from the different countries.